and welcome back to our channel. We are two social workers and
a Mike.
Alright, so we just got into the fun part of our video, and we've just decided to do more like a two truths and a lie. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about two factual roles or responsibilities of a social worker in different sectors, and then one of it is going to be a lie. Obviously it's not a role, or not that we know of.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go first, and I'm going to say one of the roles is that you have to, as a social worker, you have to send referrals to different organizations and asking for assistance or support for your client. The second one is going to be, as a social worker, you're going to take your client, pick them up like a taxi, and take them to the doctor. And the third one is you're going to tell the client what to do because you know better.
Okay, I think the first two are true. So make a referral, definitely. Pick up client for appointment and drop off basically a taxi, possibly. Yes. Tell a client what to do because you know better. That's definitely a no. Like literally.
Yeah, she got it right, guys. So yes,
literally.
The shocking thing is, in some sectors, depending, usually if you're doing community work, sometimes supporting your patient might mean that they need to go to the doctor, and you've just seen them, and they're telling you that, oh, I can't go to the doctor because of this, and you obviously using a work car. You can sometimes either speak with the team leader if it's not already on your duties. But I know one thing I know about social work is we're very flexible. So yes, that is something that you can actually do. Is that something I've done before in the past? Yes, it's something that I have done in the past for one of my clients, because it was important that they see their GP, and they really wanted to go and see the doctor, and they didn't have a mode of transport or whatever was going on with them. So yes, you can act like a taxi service as a way of supporting your client to get what they want and to achieve overall holistic health. So yes, you can do that. And what was the first one? We do send referrals to social workers. That's something that we do. I think if you're going to be in social work, you're likely going to, I don't think there's, maybe if you're in policy, you're likely not to send referrals, but most of the patient facing work that you're going to do, you will need to send referrals somewhere, to some agency, some company. And then obviously we don't tell people what to do because we know better. No, we don't. We're actually trying to balance that power. We understand there's a power imbalance already that exists between yourself and the client, but we're actually trying to make it equal. No one is on top of anyone. No one has more power over anyone. So no, she got it right. We don't tell our clients what to do because we know better. No,
clients are actually the true owner of the story. So yeah. I think it's my turn. I'm having very difficult to do this, basically because in my head I'm trying to find something that is a lie, but hopefully. So mine will be 3 roles for a social worker does. It's advocacy on behalf of a client or with a client. The second one would be you can diagnose a client as a social worker. And the third one would be you can work as a policy or researcher in social work, just finding things to do in terms of where the loopholes are in social work. So.
What are you doing diagnosing someone as a social worker? What are you doing diagnosing someone as a social worker?
Yeah.
Where did you learn all of that diagnosis problem? Huh? Anyway, I think you cannot give a diagnosis as a social worker. It is not your role. It is not your responsibility. If you haven't gone to school for that. You can do it if you are a doctor or you've done other things, but you're not doing that as a social worker.
Yeah.
Right. So let's get things right.
Definitely.
You can have your own practice in social work and do all of that, and like be a counselor, therapist, whatever. You can have your own practice. But what you're not going to do is diagnose someone.
That's not your role.
Okay.
You might suspect, you might have some professional opinion, and the only thing you can say is, can you go to your GP or make a referral and say, just ask them about this assessment and make inquiry. But you're not telling them, I'm asking you to do this because I think you have the diagnosis. No, you don't do that. It's not your role. In fact, you can get in trouble for doing that because we are not qualified to do that. Even though we know the criteria, please don't.
Yeah. No. So that's definitely something that you can't do.
Yeah.
So now that I've already told you something that you can do as a social worker, okay. So one of your responsibilities as a social worker is that you can organize a party for your agency or your company, or you can represent a client if they cannot represent themselves in a case. And by the way, not as a lawyer, but I mean just standing on behalf of a client and helping them to speak, speaking on behalf of the patient. And then the third one is, as a social worker, you can bring a client into your home and take care of them because they're homeless and they don't have a house. So yeah, you can just help them out.
Alright. I don't know why you have a client in your house. When do you become best friend with your clients? Because don't do that, please. In no way should you invite your client to your house. In fact, it's really, really a risk thing for yourself. So, and that's, I guess we'll be talking about more of safety risks later on.
And boundaries.
And boundaries. But that's a huge no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a no. In no way should you invite your clients to your home.
Yeah.
No. In fact, it goes to some extent with some organization. Don't let them know the type of cars you drive. That's how, strictly that is, because it's part of, risk and boundaries. We'll be talking more about boundaries and risk in later on, but that's a safety risk for yourself. No matter what sector you're in. If you think, oh no, I'm just making referrals to my clients, so it's fine. No, it's not fine.
Yeah, you really have to maintain those professional boundaries with your clients, and it's very important that the thing is, we do get close. We're dealing with humans. Like we're just dealing. It's just like me one day, and I'm in a different situation that I'm in right now. It's anyone. This can be anyone, and as a social worker, you work with anyone and everyone. It's not even about class. It's not about working with only like financially disadvantaged people. No, you're working with people in different financial classes and categories. But what it's about is it's just making sure you maintain your professional boundaries, because that's very important. And it's not like you're not going to feel sorry at sometimes when if you're working for an agency and you can only do so much and you can still see a person sort of struggling, and you want to help them. You really want to, and you want them to have a shelter. I think we were talking about professional boundaries. Was that? I don't know. Either way, sorry guys, we've been cut off, and the truth is we don't remember what we were talking about last. But what we're going to do is, I think we've just given you a warning that, sometimes you can feel sorry for your clients and you really want to help them, but there's nothing that you can do. Just because you have an extra house or an extra home, it's okay for you to bring your client to your house because you're very desperate and they're very desperate. No, you just have to maintain those professional boundaries so that you don't blur the lines. Once you blur the lines, that's
it's not going back.
Yeah,
have empathy as much as you can, but that's it.
Exactly.
We're all humans.
Sympathy, empathy, we're human. We're working with humans. So it's okay to feel, sad, to have actually not feel sad. It's okay to have different emotions about your client and what's going on with them. But I think the most important thing is, please maintain professional boundaries with your clients.
And sit with those emotions as well, because that's gonna help you to think of other loopholes you can, because there's loopholes in this sector. It's just finding that loophole is the main thing, because it's really, really hard sometimes. So sit with it, ask questions from your colleagues, from everyone you can go to, even reach out to other organizations to see if there's anything you can do for your client. And if there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do. Just don't bring them home, please. Yeah.
You got it right. So now your turn.
I think mine would be other things would be, you can go to human rights for your clients and ask human rights to come in on behalf of your client. The other thing would be you can help your clients with their budgeting. You can help them plan what they how they're gonna spend their money, what they will use it for, and you guys discuss about it. And also you can get tickets for your client from your money, use your personal money to do stuff for clients as well, I guess, which again is you being human and knowing that they're having difficulty from that finance part, and then you're just doing that.
No, you cannot use your own money. You definitely cannot use your own money to pay for anything regarding the client. Your personal money.
I think there's a loophole in there. If you've been given a space from your organization and they're gonna refund you that money, but you've already gotten permission to use because there's nothing you can do in that space.
I mean, social work is flexible, right?
Exactly. But that's last.
It's those rare, and I mean rare,
very rare. And it also means that you're getting reimbursed from your organization, which means your organization knows you're doing that because you've gotten permission from your manager or center manager or anybody that's even if you're the manager, that's in line with your organization rules. But no, never use your money for anyone. Again, you're not that best friend. You're a support person for them and trying to support them and advocate on their behalf and all that. But apart from, and you can do their budgeting, that's okay. Again, it's also gonna work in line with what your service is providing. You can help assist with the budgeting, and if you can't do that from your role, you refer to someone, but not using your money for their budgeting or buying things.
Yeah, that's true.
And I guess we're gonna stop there for today.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've spoken enough.
Yeah,
I was a bit distracted. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do think I got a little bit distracted in the end because I was trying to do something and I did make some noise, but I loved doing this video, and I think thank you guys for watching this video. And I hope we can get the conversations going. So I think a few of our videos are just going to be pre-recorded, so we won't have enough. We might edit in, I guess, once people start interacting, but for now they're pre-recorded, so you guys are just watching a pre-recorded video. And then once we start having some interaction going, we can edit at the end of the video and just start interacting with you guys and your comments, and we can go through the comments at the end of a video and start talking to you and all of that. So yeah.
And we can also make a different segment just answering questions and make it more interactive. And we might also make it live, hopefully, so you can ask those questions, because sometimes you have those questions at that moment, and by the time you want to come back and type the question, you've already forgotten about it. So so just keep asking, keep watching, and we're gonna get there together.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.